Launching onto the market in 2017, the Pardo 43 took the world by storm. Quickly becoming the most popular dayboat in its segment, Pardo Yachts are now very pleased to announce the brand new model, Pardo 43. An evolution on the revolution. Let's take a look at some of the key features on this brand new model from Cantiere del Pardo in Italy. The design of the Pardo Yachts range has always been iconic. Always elegant, but on this new model 43, we see a new defined and refined shape to the hull and layout. We see, for example, a swoosh line here with external ventilation. External engine room ventilation helps to keep the cockpit and the sun lounging area quieter when you're underway, so a more comfortable time for your guests on board. Moving on to the stern of the vessel, I'm standing on the aft platform here. This is a hydraulic platform lowering into the water to take your tender if you have one. You'll see here an extending passerelle, typical European option, and some of our Australian clients may like this if they wish. The hydraulic platform is a versatile space, perfect for sun lounging or cocktails down by the water's edge. An extending bathing ladder, a luxury comfort ladder, comes out of the back edge of the platform for easy access to the sea. And when the platform is lowered, an extending ladder takes you from deck level down to the platform. So access here on the back of the vessel when the platform is lowered is very easy. Moving forward, we come to the sun pad and the garage locker at the back of the vessel. The sun pad is larger than on previous models, having been extended further aft. Due to this overhang here, this gives the boat a sporty look, an agile look, and increases space in the rest of the cockpit as well. Access into the garage is single level from the level of the platform all the way forward into the storage. Additional access into the aft garage has also been added here. So for small things, lines and fenders can be accessed directly through here. You'll notice some stainless rails here. These are the inserts for the handrails on the bathing ladder on the platform. Neatly stored, out of the way, easy access. We then move forward from the sun pad into the main seating and dining area. Large seats around a large table make it a comfortable place to dine with the security of closing aft gates as well. So for those with children or pets on board, these gates can be closed for a safer experience on board. The table folds out and lowers down, and there are infill cushions. So for those that want and those that really love their sun lounging, we can make this one huge sun pad all under the shade of the extending electric bimini just above my head. The bimini itself is now mounted on top of the T-top, increasing headroom and giving a cleaner feel to those on board the vessel. Moving forwards into what we call the entertaining zone, we have a large wet bar and plenty of refrigeration space. On this model, the T-top supports have been moved apart, and what this does, this gives us more volume and more space in here for our hosting and wet bar. A huge countertop with good sized sink, and on this model we have an induction cooktop. We can also do an electric barbecue here for those that want to barbecue, or we can just do an electric barbecue for those that want more prep space. So great space here with more space under the T-top. Storage underneath the wet bar here is comprehensive with very good storage in the middle two cupboards, an optional fridge in here, and we can do more refrigeration on this side as well. The cupboards here finished in teak are an option. As standard, they come as whatever color the wet bar is. The wet bar comes as standard in a white gel coat, but it can be upgraded with a metallic paint should you wish. The T-top itself that we're underneath right now comes as standard in a painted black. The T-top is carbon, and it's actually built in the same OEM factory that makes the Lamborghini carbon parts. So quality construction gone in here. It's very stiff, it's very light, and we're keeping the weight and the center of gravity low on this vessel. Turning our attention to the T-top, it is absolutely massive. A 30% increase in size and coverage from the previous model, much closer to what we see on the Pardo 50, and you really see how this impacts the area on board. The T-top comes all the way aft to just over the dining table and extends out here nearly all the way to the rail. So a great coverage and an amazing improvement on this boat. We know in Australia how we love sun protection, and this really ticks that box. If we turn around and face the aft seating here, underneath the aft seats, we have refrigeration space as well. And this is a good time to point out that these backrests, these bolsters do flip fore and aft, and you can lie them down. So if you're underway with all your guests on board, you simply flip the bolsters like so, and people can sit facing forwards here with very easy access to the refrigeration just behind my ankles. Just underneath my feet when I'm standing at the wet bar, we have access to the engine room. Central access, good storage in there, and all the systems and the engines, which we'll talk about shortly. Outboard, as we move around the vessel, we have storage pockets here. These can be optioned as fender storage for flat fenders, or we can put a door on them for enclosed storage as well. And we have many of the features that we came to love from the previous model, including the side step here for access to a town key or a friend's boat, as we're parked alongside another boat right now. The more time you spend on board the new Pardo 43, the more things you notice. Little design changes, little tweaks to improve the overall look whilst holding that classic Pardo feel. I notice here a slight indent in the moulding here, creating a nice, elegant look to the support of the T-top. Moving into the helm area, and this is really where this vessel comes into its own. The Pardos are great for maneuvering, great performance, and despite their characteristics as a comfortable day boat, they are a real driver's boat on a high-performing hull. And the helm station matches exactly that. 3 seats across here with the helm position in the middle. So I'm driving the vessel, I'm on the center line of the vessel, and I've got equal view back to each transom. The rail of the Pardo 43 has been redesigned to drop away at the stern. This makes the boat look more elegant overall, but also gives me as a skipper very good visibility towards the back of the vessel, essential when I have friends, family, and maybe young children on board. Turning our attention to the dash area, this is, I think, the cleanest and most well set up dashboard on a boat I have ever seen, and I'm not just saying that, it's so nicely designed. We've got 3 large Garmin plotters across there with all the information I need. Navigation, engine data, charts, everything I need. I can also control all the lighting on board through the navigation system. All the lighting is customizable, any color in the spectrum. You can set deck lights, underwater lights, cabin lights to suit exactly your vibe. Simplicity is one of the key pillars in the design of the Pardo yachts, and you see it really come into its own here. I have everything I need and nothing I don't. I've got an electric chain counter here, so I can fully control the boat myself. A very slimline radio control here, my throttles, joystick, and just the electronic buttons that I need for running the vessel. Dash vents here are also a nice feature on those very hot days. A very well designed, thought out dash with everything you need. The helm station, as per all the other Pardo models, is very well protected. On this vessel we have the standard windscreen setup. It's a glass windscreen with these strong pillars which go up to support the T-top. For those wishing for more protection, we do have an option coming to increase the height of the windscreen to bring it all the way up to the T-top for full protection. The vessel is powered by twin Volvo IPS engines. Now, this gives us very easy maneuvering from the joystick here, again with that clear visibility that I mentioned. The standard engine is an IPS 500 with optional upgrades of IPS 600 and IPS 650 respectively. This model is one of 2 Pardo 43 models available. Soon we will have an outboard powered R version of the Pardo 43 launching to market. This is powered by triple Mercury engines. The standard option will be triple 400 horsepower engines, the V10 engine, with the optional upgrade to the triple 600 horsepower V12 engine, delivering a top speed of over 50 knots. This, it's important to note, is not just a case of adding some outboard engines onto the back of the boat. It's a new mold, it's a new hull, it's a longer, deep V, extending the platform further aft, so we don't lose the aft platform, we just gain extra horsepower with petrol propulsion on the back of the vessel. Before we go inside and look at the real game-changing accommodation in this model, let's head up to the bow and see what we have up here. As we know and love, a large sun pad on the front of the vessel makes this super comfortable. An addition on this new model is forward-facing seat right here. So seating for two, facing forwards, nicely set down into the cushion here. The forward seat here is what we've had on other models, but a cutout in the gunnel gives us more space and more volume up here, so more comfort for those spending time up here. Of course, we can cover this whole area with a sun awning with 2 carbon poles and a block-out awning that goes all the way back to the T-top. Underneath my feet here, we have the anchor locker and the trefoil anchor system, which deploys on a cowling and drops the anchor off the front of that lovely reverse Pardo bow. On this vessel we're on here, we have the natural teak decking. This certainly isn't the only option. We can do black caulking instead of the grey, and we can also do flexi teak decking in a range of colours and with a range of caulking colours as well. So we can really design it as to your preference. Throughout the vessel, the upholstery and cushions have been completely redesigned, thicker material, more comfortable, and a new evolution on this new model. Into the accommodation area, the redesign continues. Forward, as standard, we have a V-berth with a comfortable cabin, full standing headroom down here. The second option, and the one we see modelled on this vessel, is the downstairs lounging option. This gives you the ability to form this into another zone, another place to hang out whilst on board the vessel. A U-shaped seating area around a high-low folding table makes this super versatile. The table can lower, it can raise, and it can also double in size for dining down here if you wish. The lounging is comfortably positioned adjacent to a smart TV on the wall in front of me. This is the setup to use if you want your guests to have a little bit more protection for day trips, or if you want to create more of a living room down here. Despite having this very clever seating setup here, we still have the option for a berth down here. So the table can lower, and this whole piece behind me here folds out, rests on top of the table to create a comfortable V berth. So this option gives you seating and accommodation, and I think this is something that the Australian market will absolutely love. As you look around the inside of the vessel, you instantly see the finishing and the upgrade features that we have on this new model. Soft cabin linings, indirect lighting, and quality timber fit out make this a comfortable, ergonomic, and friendly place to spend time. The quality and the design is something that we've become very familiar with from Cantiere del Pardo, and we see this replicated throughout the whole range. Sitting here, despite the lovely indirect lighting and the soft finishings, it definitely feels light and bright. We credit this to the hull windows, which have been added on this model. I'm sitting now inside the vessel, but I do not feel like I'm in the belly of a boat. I can see directly out to the water through multiple windows here. Feels very nice, very serene, and you definitely know that you're on the ocean. Increasing the versatility of this area down here, we have a fridge with very easy access, and we can also do a microwave option at the factory, creating somewhat of a galley in this area. Storage throughout this cabin is very good and very comfortable. No problem spending lots of time on board. On the starboard side here, on the outboard side, we have a large toilet compartment, very comfortable and increased in size on this model. Aft, we have a fully separate shower compartment with a rain shower, full standing headroom, plenty of natural light, as well as ventilation here. The combination of an ensuite bathroom with a separate shower and the volume we have here makes this the best in class for a head on a day boat. Moving further aft, we have a twin cabin option. The aft cabin down here, plenty of volume, plenty of light, and good ventilation here. Just in the footwell of the helm station, we have Lumar hatches letting in plenty of light and keeping it nice and aerated in here. These bunks are actually a good size and would be very comfortable for those spending time in this cabin. Plenty of storage outboard on both sides here as well as behind me here. Lovely soft finishings, leatherette touches. This is a comfortable setup for a family of 4. Increased in volume on this size, we can also enclose the second cabin with a partition to give full privacy to those in the midship's cabin. There has been so much anticipation about the new Pardo 43, and it has delivered exactly what the design team set out to achieve. Building on a revolutionary, iconic vessel, this new Pardo 43 will take Pardo into the next generation of walk-around day boats. My name is Joe Fox from the team at Eyachts. We do hope you enjoyed this look at the Pardo 43. Please like and subscribe to be updated with more Pardo related content, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.